Well, good afternoon. It's John here, back in the shed. This video will be layout update number 12. It's not bad going, 2 videos in 2 days. Right, now the next job that I've got to do, if any of those of you that have been following may like to cast your minds back, I said another job that I've got to do is over here. I'll show you where in a minute. It's to do with point work. I've got to replace a set of points, and the points that I'm going to be changing, they're situated right underneath a bridge. I'll just turn the camera around so you can see. Is just there. Now what I did before I started doing this video, I did manage to get this bridge off because it was stuck down, so it comes off quite easily now. So that's taken off, and what has happened is the spring in here has broken, so that the points won't hold over. So I've got to fix that. Now in order to do that, I've got to do a bit of unsoldering there. So this point here and these 2 points here, which is going to be a bit awkward, but the job will be done. Right, so coming back to me, hopefully you can see me. Out of my spares box, I've selected this set of points because it's going to be the better fit. As you can see, the points do lock over quite well, and that's what I need to put in over there. Now the other thing we're going to do is give these a good clean up. And then I'll put a meter across them. This is my trusty meter. I've had this for quite a number of years. This meter, you know, by today's standards you would call it analog, but this meter has served me well, and so I should be using this meter to test them. There's the leads, and I'll plug that in. If I feel brave enough, I might even let you see me test them. But anyway, there we go. So what we're going to do now, if I just move this camera down a bit, let's see if you can see that. Where are we? That's not there. Alright, just bear with me a minute while I set this up, because I don't very often do this, doing pieces to camera, but there you go. Yeah, you might just see that. Right, so that's my button. Here's the set of points. I use one of these track rubber, and we'll start giving that a good old clean up, and they're coming clean straight away. They've been in a box for quite some time, and so obviously they've got a bit dull, but you need to have a good clean rail surface for the contacts on the loco wheels to get a good contact. That's coming up quite well. You have to concentrate on these areas here, where you've got the rail beside the little check rail. So you've got to make sure that those areas there are clean. Now what I shall probably do, I'll try and fish plate them in, but if failing that, they'll have to be soldered in the same as the previous points. Got to make sure this area here is particularly clean, because the blades have got to be clean when they're moved from one side to the other, so you get good contact between the blade and the running rail. So the same applies both sides. So I always try to get in there. There's a little tip I've been passed on to though. If you do have any connection problems, just take an ordinary graphite pencil, and just, I won't do it on this one because not unless I have to, but you just rub the pencil in between the blade and the running rail on both sides, and that will also improve the contact. So anyway, that's that part done. So what I'm going to do now is use my meter, and what you have to do, you have to, once you've got the leads in, you set it to ohms, right? If you set the switch to ohms, and then that way that you can prove continuity on the rail and good contact as well. So I'll just show you that in a moment. Just bear with me while I undo this wire holding everything together. Right, that's that taken off of there. As I say, this meter has served me very well. I have bought a digital one, but I've got to get my head round that one because it works a little bit different to this, obviously. Right, now I'll see if I can stand this. I'll just do a quick test to myself. Yeah. So we're not getting a good connection there at the moment. We are there and there. Not particularly good at the moment. I don't know if you might be able to see that. If I stand it up, just borrow the bridge a minute. I'll stand that up like that. Camera's still running. Yeah, camera's still running. Right. So what should happen is that and it should happen on this side as well. Yeah, it's a bit, it's looking a little bit dead at the moment. I need to get a little needle file in there and clean the contact between the running rail and the blade. You see the running rail's all right. There's no problem with that at all. But it's and the blade itself is okay. But we need to get a current flow between that point there and this point here. So before I go soldering this in. I want to make sure the thing's working. Working as it should. Ah, that looked promising. Oh, perhaps not. Ah, yeah. So it's, I think after the points have been worked a few times, they'll probably, yeah, that looks better. Yeah, this one's a bit dodgy, this side. Yeah, I might have to use the old graphite trick. I'll give that a try. Where's the pencil? There we are. That might help. Yeah, I can see what the problem is even before. Yeah, it's a bit dull on the. I don't know if you can see, but just in there on the tip of the blade, that's not very clean, so I've got to clean that off. And the same goes the other side as well, I think. Yeah, it's not too clean in there, so I've got to do that again. I've got to clean that off. But yeah, so as soon as that is done, oops, sorry about that. As soon as that is done, this whole set of points will come out, and I'll put them in, and hopefully we'll be back in business over this side of the layout. Because as I've pointed out before, see, the layout runs from one side right round the back of me, and it disappears underneath there. That's where I have the fiddle yard. As you can see, they're underneath there, so keeps out the way. So just move the camera back up a bit. So anyway, that's where we are at the moment. That's my next job. Hopefully when I get the job done, I'll show you show you that part of the layout working. So that'll be something to look forward to. Hopefully it will go all right. These things are never smooth running, as you probably know from your own experiences. There are always little things that go wrong. So on that note, I'll now say cheerio and see you in the next update. So bye for now. Thank you for watching.